So happy, so blessed to see all of you. Um, just get the call. Mhm. Just get the call. Experienced seen more acceleration in the last 4 days than I've seen in years. It's just something is happening. And my hair is very casual because I've been doing 3D since our meditation this morning. Really just hunkering down on sanctifying the sanctuary here. It's just amazing. And there's a reason. Now I know a reason why. And I'm not sure if all of you have graced Santa Barbara with your appearance, but this is a very special land. It's got it's got everything in it. It's got lake and stream and rivers and mountains and beach and city and hippies and strong women. And most of all, it has the Chumash ancestors. And we had an experience this weekend. I worked with a group um, from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And one of the things that we were to do for everyone, for all of us, was to energetically, okay, check this out, energetically release our attachment to this paradigm, the paradigm of how Earth is, the paradigm of how law works, the paradigm of what's happening with the feminine. It's a paradigm, and it's one that is it worked in the early times to get the population back up from 1,000. A disaster brought it down to 1,000 reproductive beings. And so here we are at 8.6 billion people. So, in this experience that we had over the weekend, it was very intense, even in my physical body, very intense. And we did it as a group and really released the possibility of non-attachment to this paradigm for whoever wants to tune into that possibility. So you kind of take it in and go, yeah, if someone said I had to leave this to go to a better place, would I do it? That's a really good question. A better place could be one of harmony, harmonics, um, interconnectivity, etc. But we're so wired in to be linked in, hooked in, um, I want to say, uh, mm, hypnotized into that this must and has to be a reality until the day that we pass. Okay, so let's just say there is being with something and there's being attached to something, and they're two different things. So it's something to really ask yourself about. Am I able to think about letting go of my attachment to how this is in this world now, with the brutality, with the world domination sequencing that goes on and on and on and is actually doubling and tripling down right now? Just ask yourself. There's no answer that is expected, especially from me. But it was a question we all got asked. Then the Chumash came, and this is what's happening, beautiful beings. And I'm gonna go back, and some of you heard this morning, but in 2010, uh, in the downloads, I was asked to start nurturing the possibility of a new dream, a new earth. The new dream, the dream of the new earth. I mean, it was said in a different way. And we actually sat and go, okay, well, what do we do? And we sat, it was like sitting in the center of the Sahara Desert. There was nothing except the feeling and appearance of sitting in sand. And then slowly things got called in and then it went from there. And then we started building our ability to see all the ways that this doesn't work, especially the way the the perilous worlds that are influencing people's not great behavior, you know. Not to judge it, it's just not it's not producing it's not producing uh, even evolution in a certain way, and it's certainly not producing awakening and ascension. So, but what I'm seeing is instead of a new reality that looks like this one, just one step over a parallel world, it's actually a dream. The Chumash have been holding the new dream for us in this area. Santa Barbara has the capacity to be a sacred site. It has the capacity to be the center of the new dream. This is what I'm being told. And so we did some dreaming over the weekend, and I realized there was one group I forgot to mention. So we were dreaming with the Chumash, and we were also dreaming with the intergalactics, particularly Sirius and a Sirius B, very gorgeous blue frequency coming in, and the Chumash, and then but we have to be there. We have to be the not the emissaries, but the intermediaries. It has to come through human consciousness, and here's what we're being called: human sentience, meaning we can sense and feel and know that this is happening. Not everybody's a human sentient, but if you're here today, my guess is 99.99% you are a human sentient. You can sense things and feel things, and so you come here and you go, there's something about this that is correct. Okay, so at that meeting that we did yesterday, the Chumash spoke out to me on Saturday night. Hadn't even thought of it. I basically live in Rattlesnake Canyon, and the Chumash were speaking to me from someplace up at the top of the canyon. They're still there. I can feel them. The next morning I woke up, they're like, it was just a nod, no words. And I go, okay, we have to come together. We have to do what is guided. And so that's when, and then no idea that the interstellars were going to come and we're going to have a meeting. And actually we went like this. They brought they have the ability to up level through dimensional um, matrix, and it's the crystalline matrix. And the Chumash have the ability to hold the dream, and they've been holding it for quite some time now. And so it was, and they've known about the star people, the the African people, the Mayans, South American people, they know about the star people. They created structures, they created images of them. Okay. So now, today, what happened is we came together and then there was a slight interface. It was quite something. It was like the crystalline grid permeated the dream, and the dream made the grid more possible here. And so, in addition to that, we called in Gaia because this is her deal. We called in 7 Nawals. Now, Nawal is a being who can hold the dream and can hold totality, can hold the totality of energetic expression. And there's 7 on the planet. And there's 3 Africa, 3 in South America, and 1 in Mexico. And so in this coming together of the Chumash dreamers, the Syrian backed, they were backed, but they were the emissaries. They came through And then witnessing this, we were the Nawals are they're human, but there's something about them that's not. And okay, so the Nawals came Gaia, and Gaia is that frequency of the earth. When we go and walk upon her and something happens, that's Gaia. And then of course we called in just nodding to all the different tribes. And by tribes, I mean, in addition to the human tribe, we called in, all the plant people and the animal people. And we say the winged ones, and we called in the four directions, and we called in um, creepy crawlies and those of the sea, etc., because they're all participating. And I know now that they want to go with us. They want to participate into the new dream because they've come and talked to me about it. Certain ones, especially Hawk. Then at the end, it was shown to me that those beautiful, gorgeous beings in Nepal and Tibet who either are from Tibet and now having to be in Nepal and India, they're meditating and they're juicing this. Wah, wah. Their meditation, their oming, their chanting is putting energy in, energy in, energy in, energy in, so this can happen. So when that happens, there's an acceleration like that. And it's really interesting today because I have this where I live now, I call it the 5D sanctuary, the quantum sanctuary. And and then the Chumash are now, influencing it and the star people. And so I've got to upgrade it. And it's been, a pile of gopher holes and dried out weeds because that's what I got when I got here. And so someone just raised their hand and said, I want to come over and help you. And and so we've been really, shoveling. And then we needed some things. And I go, well, there's this very slim chance that when I go to this one store, this one pot that'll be perfect for that will be there. Of course, that one pot was there, as was other things. And of course, there was someone helping to help me lift things into the car. And of course, because it was 5D, the dream, the dream and the QC, quantum crystalline, they were going like this. They were just pulsating. And my energy is so sublime right now, even though I probably shoveled what I'm going to say 100 shovels of dirt as part of the exercise. So I'm just telling you all this because this isn't happening in woo-woo land. You know, I'm not sitting here going like this all day. No, I'm active all day in this current paradigm, as I shall call it, and witnessing these these coming ins that are happening. And they're gifts to us. And basically, what we have to say, and we're going to be guided tonight by the central galactic center, not the central spiritual center. Tonight, it will be galactic center is going to come in and give us some directives and some attunement. But because there's new people who've never been here, this is going to sound like, really? Are you kidding me? What is she talking about? You don't have to, you can just feel into it. You can feel into it. If it's your deal, great. If it's not, it's okay. It's absolutely okay. But we're happy to have your frequency here and your heart, your heart. Something about our hearts loves this earth. And if you're on this, there's something about you that feels like, I don't know what it is, but I have a mission here. I have to wake up. I have to be the best person I can be. I have to be kind to others. I have to um, I have to step into that path of acceleration, and I have to, in whatever way, be of service for the good of all. And that can mean you're in service to one being who really, really, really needs you. Or it can mean you're in service to your people, or it can mean you're in service to the planet. And so, in order to do that, every single one of you needs to enhance your personal energy, meaning start noticing what drains you. Start noticing if you're really attached to something, how it withers at your energy. Start noticing if you have an ego burst and how that uses up a lot of energy. Just notice them. No judgment, because that cuts you off from energy flow. And then if you are able, once or twice a day, just stop and open your being to receive the quantum pulse. It's there. Woof, woof. And as you receive it, you do this. It just takes you up a little bit a notch. And you're then one being who's not participating in the grand scam that we're all participating in. And the grand scam wants you to be miserable. And I say this, I don't say this lightly. The grand scam actually is a way of controlling all beings, division, polarity, hierarchy, taking from the poor to give to the rich. And all of that is relative, but it also takes people away from this really strong bell that's ringing to awaken. And I will tell you, you are now free to awaken. This is the message that came through 3 weeks ago. You are now free to awaken. And I want you just to take that in. There's no more, yeah. There's no more, well, I have to find a guru. Well, someone has to do it for me. Someone has to hit me over the head with a magic wand. No, no. You are free to awaken. And it might happen spontaneously, or it might happen incrementally. And why it happens incrementally, you go, interesting lesson. Right. Oh, okay, I got that one. Another lesson. I've had to do it. I've had to do the long haul. Why? So that when someone goes, blah, 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 I go, yeah, I can relate to that. I know. It happened to me. And yeah, we can just move through that in a split second rather than 3 days. Right? Used to take 3 days for things to clear. 1001 and 1002. That's all it has to take now. If you can observe it. That was not a beautiful thought. I just said something very negative about myself. Huh. I'm feeling really uncertain about my life. Et cetera, et cetera. And in the minute you notice that, you go, I'm not participating in the grand illusion anymore. I am an awakening being, and I'm open to really having the experience of that every moment possible. And I am going to nurture my vehicle. I'm going to eat well, sleep well, exercise just the right amount, and I'm going to the best of my ability, you know, do the survival skills of work and all that stuff as consciously as possible with joy and ease. And that way you start to not expend too much energy. And then what you can do is you can say, flick it away, and I am one. That's the one thing you can always say, I am one. And what that means is you are one with the one, but really the one is all. So this thing right here is the one. It's all the one. The air is the one and the chair. The air and the chair are one. It's just how it is. It's it's we experience delineation, but it's all one. And the more we can let go of the paradigm, the more we can get that, and the more we can move through with ease and grace. And give yourself permission to unlayer. Don't ever, ever be hard on yourself. No, because you want to be kind to other people. And you have to practice on yourself. You really do. And just go. Okay. So I'm also telling you, you can say to me right now, as the soul I am, I agree to never have a negative thought about myself. I will never intentionally generate a negative thought about myself. Go ahead and say something like that right now. I'm going to wait. Now, if a negative thought comes in, it's not yours because you just told me you'd never generate a negative thought. It's not yours. And if you have one of those thoughts, you flick it out. And sometimes if you're like, oh, come on, there's one, and I think it's kind of humorous that it does this. It's definitely not me. I said, okay, you kind of blew it. And I tossed it into this big boulder by the side of the road. And I'm going, okay, hold up the road. That's your new job. So we can have a sense of humor about it, is what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Now it is the moment. I'm feeling it at the moment, the moment, the moment. And yes, we're in moon time and we're in the fullness of it, but something much more pressing is coming to us. And that pressing is this acceleration. And we really are in this time sequence. I don't really adhere to time as much as I can, except to be on time for the ones I love. And we've got a countdown going. It's basically about 2 months from now. There's going to be a shift. And so we want to clear as many of these things as possible. And so new moon and full moon are going to be, they're going to be the downloads. They're going to be the downloads. And if you really feel called to do more, then you let me know and I'll tune you into to something else that meets. Because we do have a project that is one for the West and one for Santa Barbara, because I've been told Santa Barbara is to become um, a sacred center and maybe even the center of the new dream. And I don't even know what that means, but it starts here and emanates out. And so that's why we're moving it out into the West and somewhat into the Pacific. Okay. All right. So thank you for letting me share all that. I just need to fill you in because there will be people called to start joining us. It'll just happen. And so there will be perhaps some repetition, but I mean, me even hearing it, I'm saying things that I didn't even know already, just in this short term, it just comes through. So there's always, and a lot where my information is coming through is what I call source harmonic. It's my experience of the emanating force of this universe. And it's very sound and light and it's undescribable. But it's also succinct. That's what I love about it. It's not flowery. It's very succinct what needs to be done. So tonight we are we are going to check in with the Galactic Center and um, and just be open to what that guidance is. Okay. So give yourself some beautiful breath. Hmm. And I'm going to just suggest, why not, that your palms kind of rest on your lap open. They don't have to be flat, they can be kind of relaxed. Relaxed. Um, but there's going to be some things that are coming through for each one of us, perhaps even individually, but for definitely for the 16 or 17 of us who are gathered. Now, for those of you who have not joined us, we have a beautiful interconnective mantra, and it's basically love, kind of danced through 7 times. So it's love, 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 love. And you're also kind of even moving your hands one and then the other, going back and forth so that we're really lacing it in, right brain, left brain. Um, so conscious, unconscious mind, and then out, which is the QC, the quantum crystalline. So we're going to do this 4 times, and you'll get the feeling of it. It's quite lovely. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. And we're being asked right away, comes right in. For you, in the way that you're accustomed to doing, open your heart and your mind and your soul. Ah, for those of you who are very connected to Gaia, start bringing her in through the feet and the legs, and just inviting her. Shall we say, offer yourself as a vehicle to invite her into our mutual expression here. And we offer her the dance of love as well. The love, 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 love. Gaia is a presence, like Buddha is a frequency. Gaia is a frequency. Christos, frequency. It vibrates. It emanates. It stimulates. Acceleration. And together, those three are a encode. Christ, Buddha, and Gaia, they're an encode for loving kindness. So we invite that into our beautiful quantum mix, which is stretched across the globe right now. And we're creating a welcoming field. For the 5 presences of the Galactic Center. And the Galactics are very, obviously very concerned, uh, willing to participate in this process for humanity. Because no one wants to see the Earth blow itself up. And there's an emanation that seeks translation from them. So right now they're emanating rather than communicating telepathically. They're emanating a code. And they're telling me, it's interesting, they're telling me that they are going to, shall we say, gift those who are here what was gifted over the weekend, which is a template of, of beingness that has to do with what's going to allow us to move forward. The first one is certainty, that there's something inside of you that goes, I don't know why, but I feel connected to this, feel really connected to this. Certainty. The second is interconnectivity, meaning you have the ability to connect with others and to hold space in a loving matrix. That matrix is crystalline, beautiful beings. It is crystalline. It is six-sided. It does not know negativity or polarity. It can't. It can know and express love and information, up-leveling information, up-leveling information. And then finally, sentience, knowingness, sentience, sentience. And so we're being asked, and I'm going to ask you to acknowledge, we're going to first start this with the possibility that you are a sentient being, human sentient, meaning you do know inside of you. You do know things. Not only that, you're willing to open up to know more and to allow yourself to be encoded with information that then allows you to help others, serve others without without wasting energy, without using up your personal energy, serving others, actually doing it in such a way that the flow of personal energy is continually refurbished as you're serving. As you're serving, it's coming in, it's moving, it's holding space, it's emanating, and saying perhaps one word that is a turnaround for that being. Or perhaps just listening and nodding. Uh-huh. I hear you. I get you. Yeah. You are loved. Mm-hmm. Three things. Certainty. And that's where you kind of imagine us all on a cliff. We're looking out over the vast ocean, and we just take our right fist and we put it on our heart and we go, yeah, this is it. This is what I am here to do, is to serve, is to awaken, is to serve, is to awaken. And I'm not to do it on my own. I'm not going to save the world on my own. No, I'm here to live the dream of interconnectivity. It's very tribal. It's very tribal. And then increasingly become sentient so that guidance comes directly to you in the moment. Right, like that. Like those ahas. That pause and you go, what should I do? And you get the picture, don't doubt it, go. And so this recipe is a recipe that if you take it in, in an increasing way, you will be guided increasingly. It's not exactly from within. It's almost as if it comes in as a vibration and you decode it. You sense, you feel, you know it. And each one of us is going to have our own way of doing this, our own calling. Mm-hmm. And in a way, there's no rush because we're moving into the now. And on the other hand, there is an energy that will accelerate you. In other words, oh my God, I don't know. No, you just get comfortable, sit, say, okay, now what? And you'll get an inclination and go do it. And then when that's complete, okay, now what? Ah, okay. Yes, this is the moment I need to go and do those 5 errands. Look at how magically that happened. Wow. Hmm. I'm getting a feeling to call so and so. Hey, how are you? Oh, yes, I'm here for you. This is so easy, beautiful people. And in a way, this is our current codex of operation. Certain, interconnected, and sentient. Now, how should I say this? Now, there's kind of a nod. There's a nod. And now there is something that I'm sensing is to come in from what I call source harmonic. And it is a unique well, in a way, It's a unique little mini awakening for each one of you who showed up. It's a little like that. It's a little aha. It's just right for you. And you may not realize it for even, the next few days even. But I'm going to hold space and I'm going to just view. I'm going to view the field until I feel it's complete. Okay? So open and go, I wonder. It's looking to me like a crystalline implant, a coated crystalline implant in somewhere in your left brain. The idea is to help you notice attachment to the paradigm. Ah, so good. Okay, so each one of us will get a variation of that. There we go. Yeah, it's hitting each of you in a slightly different way. And there's a moment where, not because we have to, but we say, thank you. And the reason we do that is because that is like accepting it in, because nothing will ever be forced on you. It's presented. And in your sentience, mm, in your soul knowingness, you nod and say thank you. And now, thank you, Source Harmonic, and in whatever way you're manifesting. And for many of you, this is for those of you who are with us for the first or second or third time, this is the beginning of your own crystallization process. It starts as a seed within you. And each one of us is awakening to a different matrix than the control matrix as a vehicle. And it's going to make us a different being that is capable, well, just naturally lives as an unconditional love. It's like, yeah, why not? Without feeling separate from the one. It's a harmonic resonance in relation to the manifestation of the all in others. And it's to be experienced. I can't talk about it. It just will, it will bloom within thee. And now we're going to take this moment, this collective moment, and we're just going to put our hands up and we're going to just know that there are big stressors on the planet right now. We've had 6 hurricanes, not hurricanes, earthquakes, 2 of them major. We've had huge snowstorms in northern US. We've had heat waves, we have fires. And this is just what I'm tracking. This is El Nino, super El Nino. And we're just saying, hey, we're doing the work now. As sentient humans, may we participate in super El Nino calming down. Let the temperatures come down. If there are fires, allow the winds to move the opposite direction. Let there be the small kind of earthquakes that let off that need for movement in a palatable way. And we also bless all those who have found that it's their time to leave the planet. And may they know that they have choice to come back or not. So, but this is our ask from the co-creator, shall we say, because we are co-creators of this reality. So we're saying source harmonicas, of course, we are participating consciously in co-creating a calming down of this super El Nino. And if people need to leave the planet, let them leave naturally rather than starving. Please, please, please. It appears to me, and I don't want to be a prophet here, that in 3 days there'll be a shift. Now, each of you take the last few moments of our time together and just receive the pulse. And this pulse now has a little mixture of the dream in it, any dream, and the QC, the quantum crystalline. These 2 realities they're going to start interlacing. And just say, I'm just going to even imagine this. Some of you are going to feel it and sense it and see it. All of it is good. We are participating. in co-creating a shift, always for the good of all. So be it. All right, gorgeous beings. Mm. Thank you for using your personal energy to show up here. And I think many of you know that we post these on my YouTube, The Quantum Whisperer. And some are for the individual groups because we're keeping it under the radar. And but the full moon and new moons are always for for all of us. And so I will post this probably tonight, and it will be available to you. And I will send the links out to the person, to Julie, who's handling Project Global. That's what this is called. So we did some global work. We did some extra global work, extra constellatory, and we worked with these very gorgeous um, keepers of this land. And you know, there's been so many fires in Santa Barbara that really wiped out, you know, huge amounts, 250,000, 270,000 acres of homes and landscapes and things like that over a month. This canyon was protected. I can look across the canyon and see these very old trees and and know it's protected, and I can really feel that now and actively participate in that. And I will continue to do that for all of Santa Barbara because we've gone through the trials. We have earthquake, uh, yeah, fires, floods, mudslides. We've been through, we've been through our trials. So I'm hoping that we get to now build out of that. And we want that to continue on and emanate out in a very cohesive way for, first of all, probably the surrounding areas in the West. And then um, one of the people in the workshop this weekend said she was on the plane with someone and was speaking about what she was up to. And she goes, "Oh yes, we have a group in the Midwest, and we're doing the same thing." I was like, "Oh, praise be," you know. So we're this is easier because first of all, Santa Barbara, I'm here, but also the West is less populated, so I think we're not running into so many um, ideologies and paradigm clutchers and all that stuff. I just think it's easier here. So that's why we're being called to do this first. So please join us in a couple of weeks. You may you may invite people who are in resonance with this. Be intuitive, please. We want it to be a fit. So, and if not, we're very happy with this group. We had the double eight today, which is lovely. Okay, I'm going to do a big namaste. Mm-hmm. Good to see Justin here. Mm, mm, good to see all of you. So, love, 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 love. And yeah, if you really get a kind of a fun and sweet little downloads or anything, feel free to reach out to us. Um, just as a like a aha. Okay. All right. Again, namaste.